First of all, to all our well-deserved fellow colleagues and friends in the IP who are nominated in this category, very well done and congratulations to all of you. Now, the fact that you were all nominated speaks a million about your achievements and the quality of the services. Well done. Thank you to Legal 500 and your research team for nominating us to be one of the family within this category. It is truly an honor for us to be nominated to be one of the candidates in the Intellectual Property Team of the Year. The Legal 500 inaugural awards for this region is certainly an important milestone for all of us. All these would not have been possible, truly would not have been possible without all our friends, peers in this practice area. Their supports are important to all of us, and we thank you to all of them for this support. Now, the efforts of every team members within the IP team at Gun Partnership must also not be forgotten. Without the teamwork, we would not be able to deliver the work as expected of us. Now, we would not be able to add value if not for all the hard work Jen and the teams have provided. Now, our thoughts of these recognitions, Jen and I and every members of the IP team are truly humble and grateful for these recognitions. I guess no word can describe this.
We are truly humble and very grateful for this recognition. It is of perennial importance that we have the right team, because having a brilliant team with all the right skill sets means nothing if we do not share the same ideals, priorities, and goals. I'm happy to say, and I'm confident that we are where we are today because we have the perfect team.
We are predominantly a firm of multi-practice. Now, our IP practice too is of no exceptions. It consists of my multi-dimensional area, ranging from IP portfolio managing. Within this portfolio, we assisted our clients' work, which involves an IP developments, strategies, whether it's within Malaysia or across various jurisdictions. Now, we do work closely with many of our associates in many jurisdictions. Jen and I also focus in litigation, now where all our clients, be it multinational companies, SME agencies, organizations, and as well as embassies. So in short, what you can see is that we provide services from ground zero. Before the birth of the IP, we hold hands of clients throughout the development of their IP until the tail end, including the enforcement of the IP rights to those who have infringed. Now, IP practice actually ranges from the conventional aspect as well as the non-conventional aspect.
While we do have decades of experience between us, I believe as a firm, as a group, we are not afraid to try new things. We join and we support the disruptors. We break free from the molds, and for that we are highly sought after for advice in not only gray areas but areas where the laws have not caught up.
There are many practice areas that we foresee growing in the next few years, particularly during this outbreak of the pandemic. Globalizations and the need of new normal dictate evolutions in every practice. IP is of no exceptions. The increase of online transactions, virtual meetings, lies various issues. So therefore, there will be the wave of innovations, IT technologies, people competing with each other to overcome this difficult difficult time, the evolutions of IP law will happen across the globe. What drives this? I guess to stay alert and to be relevant. Not only does business entities, commercial organizations, and everyone, IP practitioners is of no exceptions. While some may say that the pandemic is the worst enemy of everyone, now I guess there's a silver lining in every issue. It forces everyone to rethink, to recalibrate what they have been doing, to change the way things are done. IP practice can no longer be in the embryonic state. Commerce and industry can no longer survive when it stays in a static mode at a basic level. IP law is not static. It does not rest upon a crescent bait. It is organic. It is flexible. It always grows to meet the changing conditions with dynamism. More so at this time, guess there is an urgent need for everyone to rise to the challenge.
Well, most top firms, they provide a consistent supply of webinars, but I believe that the one change that our clients appreciated the most was a silent change. It was one of mutual understanding that times are not very good, that billing and collection may not be the same, and that the kind of questions, that the kind of advice sought after may be questions of sustenance, compromise, and change instead of deals and goals. You know, in every conversation, there is this underlying tone, and I believe it gives our clients a sense of assurance and comfort, and that we are all in this for the long run, not just our financial targets for the year.
It does a lot. Now, I must say, it does a lot for the betterment. As a dinosaur, there was initial resistance on my part. Now, by the way, when I say resistant, it's an understatement. Now, Jen is one of them who quite quickly caught up and reminded me the need of change to up to the technologies. So with this new normal, I realized that the technologies and the communications, it makes communications become far more effective. Work can be done more efficient, and the deliveries becomes faster. And in fact, as a matter of fact, we practically work 24/7, and gone were the days where clients need to arrange for mutually convenient dates for us to meet, and then there goes the processes of meeting a common free date. Now, even look at this interview. We are all a finger click away, and it's all done in a very neat and effective way.
Well, this past year and a half has not been about what achievements were met, rather how much damage was suffered. Businesses either could not operate or had to operate in a very different way. And to compound these problems, the restrictions and standard operating procedures, they changed every other week and sometimes every other day. And so on top of all the problems that our clients were facing, they were faced with this. What can they do? What can they not do on a weekly basis? And that kept changing. And so we issued advices and alerts immediately. Once something was determined by the government, we advise on it. And we don't ask if they want the advice, we just shoot it out. We shot out complimentary advice, we shot out complimentary alerts. And for those clients whose goods and services are of a much more sensitive nature, much more regulated nature, We assisted by advising on new ways to do old things, on whether in gray areas, in areas where the law is silent, what can they do? How do they proceed from here? And we did that on a weekly basis. And I believe that we helped not one, and I like to believe that we helped all our clients get through the past year and a half.
Strategic directions is always important. And as one of your keywords in your last questions, value add is always important. Now, particularly at this point in time where there's so much of uncertainties, certainly clients cannot afford their legal advisor to be in a state where they are not stable. So stability is an important facet, and I think what clients are really looking for is, whenever they come to us, it is to solve, to look for solutions to a problem. So if one is too rigid, problems cannot be solved. So as a service provider, as an IP practitioners, we need to be strategic in our directions. We need to provide a solutions and solve their problems. Yes, so the answer is of course.
This profession is not merely about your advocacy skills, how well you draft. It is one of trust. Your clients need to trust you before anything else. And in this aspect, there really is no overnight success. There's no one-day formula to it, because it may take years for you to build that trust, but it only takes you one day to tear it all down.
Well, change for the sake of changing is of no utility. Understand the need, the dynamic of the surrounding is always a given. Keeping up to the wave and up and beyond will make someone stand out. So I guess to the questions, what shows the law firms and organizations is taking this seriously? It is, of course, to understand the dynamic of things. I mean, knowing the law is one thing, understand the dynamic of things is important. And then to apply the legal positions, taking into account of evolutions of the law, to resolve the problems. It's an important thing that shows someone is committed in this industry. Rigidity is no longer the day. Outfit, appearances, value add, whether you are a strategic person, I think this is an important facet which shows that someone is committed for this meaningful change.
We are happy to have contributed to this rise, and I believe it shows the point. It proves the point that a firm is really made up of its individuals. The people drive the firm. So as long as the people in it have the right ideals, priorities, and goals, the firm can go far. And on that basis, I do not see myself resting anytime soon. And I believe I can say the same for all my colleagues. And so as long as we walk on this path, we will be as big as we can possibly be in the near future.